I live my life a quarter mile at a time. Nothing else matters, not the mortgage, not the store, not my team and all their bullshit.
There's a place in this town where kids learn the wrong things.
Stack of Dimes.
A place where they keep a vicious secret.
Stack of Dimes.
A place controlled by people who profit from pain.
Stack of Dimes.
Now, this town's vicious secret is exposed. There's only one thing to do. Get ready for
Stack of Dimes. Stack of Dimes. Stack of Dimes. Stack of Dimes.
Stack of Dimes. We are the podcast that is available with T-Tops. I think we're probably the only podcast that is available with T-Tops.
We are the only. It has been confirmed. I just looked it up on Wikipedia.
Well, there you
we
go.
are the only podcast with T-Tops.
So get ready. Have a towel ready because we leak like a sieve.
If I win the lottery,
Yep.
I'm gonna buy you like a restored. I'm gonna buy you a restored Camaro. Yeah, with T-tops.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure, and I'm gonna have them redo the weather stripping on those T-tops for you.
The seals.
Yeah.
Would you even have any clue as to...
You get nothing else.
That's fine.
That's all you get.
I don't think you would have a clue as to which body style, which year that I would want.
I don't care about that. Money's no object.
What I'm saying is if you were going to surprise me, you'd have to go out and...
Well, I've already ruined the surprise by telling you what I'm going to do for you when I win the lottery. So.
If you could you imagine too if you ever did win the lottery and then like a few years I was like, hey dude, where's that Camaro you promised me? Because I will not forget this if you win the fucking lottery for sure. I will not forget this,
dude. I would buy you like 5 of them.
Boy, that'd be something.
You're one of my closest friends in the world. I'd get you anything. What do you want, dude? What do you want?
Oh, that's fine. Just probably a Firebird or a Trans Am. I already have gone the Camaro route.
Oh, okay. You want to mix it up a little bit.
I want to mix it up a bit.
Yeah.
You know what's sad is I still watch YouTube videos of guys who find
restoring,
like it'll be like
in a barn
find of like an F body Camaro or Trans Am. I will watch the shit out of that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It's sad.
I don't think it's that sad. I mean, it definitely scratches an itch, you know?
You know, there was a second where I was thinking maybe I should buy one of these as a project car, but there's absolutely no way because I don't have a garage room.
Yeah. Where would you keep something?
I just like keep it on the street and then it would just rot there. And then you'd be like, oh, I'm going to go tinker.
No, you'd be
on
one of those losers that has a fucking a shitty car that's just rotting on the streets of Seattle.
I have a neighbor who has the same body style Camaro that I have, and it's under a tarp. And
on your street?
No, it's like a block over.
Oh, it's where that house is.
What house?
One of the houses that are down that side street.
Well, there's plenty of houses, yes. So there's where that house is, yeah. Like it's a neighborhood. There's no, there's
like that. All I'm saying is I think I know which house this is.
Which house?
I'm not going to say, dude. I don't want to say it on the podcast.
I don't think you do,
because people would just start showing up.
I'm sure they would. It's by the park. There's a house by the park, and for the longest time,
that is not the house I was thinking.
There was a car that's parked on the side of the road that has had a tarp, and I never paid attention to it. I was like, well, whatever. One day I'm riding. I got an e-bike or whatever, and I go riding there, and there's this Camaro sitting there, and I'm like, holy shit! It's like my body style. I had an 85 Z28, and I go like, fuck, this guy's got a Camaro, or maybe there's someone visiting. This is weird. And then I go by again, and then same spot, and there's a tarp over it. And now when I drive by, I can see the silhouette. Now I'm like, God, I should have got that before. That was a fucking Camaro. I should have known that.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh my God. In my neighborhood, 2 of that body style, the 80s Camaro.
Yeah.
There's 2 of them in my neighborhood. There's another apartment complex, and a guy has a Rally Sport RS teal one.
Jeez.
With T-tops.
I have now finally gotten to the age where my first car has now become a collector's item. My first car was 1988 Honda Accord LX.
Right. Accords, man.
And it had all the bells and whistles in it. It was like this thing had the Honda audio package in it. So cassette,
What year was this? What year was it?
1988. So
They had a like a
Honda branded
sound package.
Yeah, sound package.
I didn't even think that.
Had a moonroof.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And this thing, I mean, it was fully electronic, like windows and everything like that, right? This thing would crawl up a hill. Like you could walk faster than this fucking car would go up a steep hill, right? Head gasket totally fucking blown. So every time you start it was just fucking just gray smoke just coming out.
Yeah,
of the
I had
back of
that
this
in my
thing.
Camaro
Oh my
too.
god!
It would
dude.
fall down on the exhaust pipe that connect, like where it connected.
Yeah.
The oil would leak down on top of it and it would burn.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
It
was
just
good stuff.
stink.
It would stink. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
well, like for 5 minutes and you're good.
Yeah, yeah.
You get down the road, it's fine.
You'd fill the whole. I would fill
park
the
it
whole,
somewhere.
I would fill the whole neighborhood when I would start that thing up in the morning. I would fill the whole neighborhood with smoke.
Man.
Just the worst fucking caustic smoke.
Oh
too,
god, of course.
you know. But this car has now become somewhat of a collector's item. It's not like the most popular thing, but people are buying this car and fixing them up and like, you know, driving them around now, you know. It's weird,
Yeah.
man. It's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah, cassette deck, dude. Full audio package, had this equalizer in it. So many lights in the dashboard of this car. It was amazing.
It's crazy for me to think that when I got my
And buttons.
Camaro was right after I graduated high school, so it was 10 years old.
It was only 10 years
It
old.
was only 10 because I got it maybe 95, 96. It may have been, I think
Okay.
it was right after I graduated. So
Yeah.
probably 95, and it was an 85. So it was 10 years old when I got it, which is nuts to think about because even I thought seemed pretty old when I got it.
Yeah. So
Now-
wait a minute. Now that you say that, so mine was an 80. I believe it was an 88. It might even been an 87. And then I got it. We bought it from our direct neighbor who had it since it was brand new.
And now you're
And
thinking
mine
about it,
only would have been 9 years old because it was 96 when I fucking got it.
but you thought it was like pretty old when you got
I
it.
thought it was ancient.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And
It's only a fucking 9-year-old car. My car today, one of our cars today is over 20 years old.
yeah, same. Same. It's crazy. And the Camaro that I got,
Yeah.
I believe they quit making that body style in like 92. So, and I got it in 95. So they stopped making that body
Yeah.
style like 3 years before.
Right.
So the car I got like effectively like had that style had just been canceled like 3 years prior to me buying it.
God, that's amazing.
That's just weird about
dude.
it. Like
that's amazing.
but- so
I
here's-
never thought about that.
So here's the stupid thing with this. It had a cassette deck in it
Yeah.
that didn't work. It didn't work to the point where even if you bought one of those CD adapter cassette
Yes,
adapters,
yes.
like it wouldn't even play that. Like
Right.
the head of this thing was not working. Because usually it was the motor, right? It was usually
Yeah.
like it wouldn't spin properly. But if you put
Right.
one of those things in, as long as it touched the head,
Yeah.
touching heads, it would work typically. And it drove me fucking insane that like I could put it in there.
You
it
had
would
this
stay in
thing
there,
that, and it would.
and you could hear it
You could hear
turning.
it turning. You just couldn't hear anything coming up.
no audio would go through it. It drove me
I'm trying to
insane.
remember if mine
And-
worked or not. I think it did for a little while, and then it started eating tapes.
Yeah,
So
that's
like
classic.
So every once in a while, it would full on just eat a
That's
tape,
the
but you
worst.
could still take it out and then carefully like pull the ribbon out,
Yeah.
and then spool it back up, and then
up.
try it again.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think that's what happened. Now I did have my dad had bought a old Ford Ranger from my grandfather. It's this little black truck, and it was
Which, by the way, you say old.
yeah, it was
Ford
probably fucking newer than my car
'Cause I-
at the time too, because it must have been a 1990 or something.
I was gonna say because I don't think Rangers were like introduced probably, and I don't think they were around. And I could be wrong. I don't know.
I can't remember. I don't know.
because the Ranger was a smaller truck. Right?
Yeah, it was just a pickup truck. It
was like an S10.
Oh, dude, it was a little fucking. It was smaller than an S10.
I thought Ford Rangers and Chevy S10s were like the equivalent of each other.
I always thought an S10 was bigger.
I don't think
But
so.
okay. Well, I could totally be wrong on that too, because that is a major blind spot.
Same.
in my
I don't
knowledge
know
base.
why I'm even talking about
Yeah,
it. Like I know.
this thing had a tape deck in it. I used to love driving that truck because it was a stick, and it was so much fun to drive. But this thing had a tape deck in it, and I got my NWA greatest hits album stuck in that tape deck.
Jesus.
And it drove my dad nuts because it was
That's all to
literally
play.
that's all you could fucking listen to, and I loved it, dude. I loved it. I love that fucking tape so bad.
You think-
like I could just leave? I left for college. I'd come back. I'd fucking drive the truck around, just listen to NWA wherever I left off the last time I was in the truck.
Do you think
great.
that your dad knows NWA songs because of that?
Because of that? Probably not, because you could switch off
To the radio. Yeah.
too. So I'm sure he didn't.
My coworker
appreciate
Zach, one of his cars that he had in high school had a Salt and Pepper tape stuck in it.
Yeah.
And so he can do like Shoop, the song Shoop.
Yeah.
Shoop-a-doop. He can do that karaoke specifically because he's young. He's like 25.
Right.
So he's like, the reason I know this is because I had that tape stuck in my car that I drove around. So you could, I think, same thing. He could switch it to the radio or whatever, but
Yeah.
oftentimes he'd just listen to Salt and Pepper.
Why not, man?
I know, I would too.
Yeah, fucking great song.
But I just love that it doesn't have any nostalgia to him,
Right.
other than the
Right.
fact that it was trapped in this.
Yeah. Because that song would have been on the classic rock station
Correct.
when he was growing up.
Correct. You know, the other weird thing about that Camaro I had too was, I was talking to somebody about this the other day, where I had power windows but not power door locks. And I know people that had
That's funny.
crank windows,
Yes.
but with power door locks.
With power door locks. That's
a
pretty
stupid-
funny. Yeah, because power windows, like when they first started rolling those out, pardon the pun, they were an add-on. You had to pay extra for that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
But no power door locks. So I love that the person
funny.
that got this was like, I'll float for the power windows, but I'm not paying.
I'm not paying for those. I don't trust those yet.
Yeah.
I don't trust. Technology's too new.
Crazy.
Well, we're talking about learning to drive in this episode, my
Yeah.
friend. Because I've got a teenager right now that is going through driver's ed. We are in driver's ed now.
She's currently in driver's ed?
She is currently in driver's ed. Yeah. Do you remember driver's ed?
Absolutely.
Me too.
Did you go through your school or did you
Went
go?
through the school.
I did not.
You didn't. You
My
did a
parents-
driver's school.
My parents floated the bill for defensive driving schools in Everett.
Still around to this day. I still
Is
see their
it?
cars all over the place.
And the reason was it wasn't that expensive. I think it was like maybe $150 or something like that. But the class was way shorter than at school. At school, it's like a semester or some shit, if I remember correctly. It took a while.
Yes. But I did mine through I want to say I did mine through the summer. It was like a summer class you could take.
Maybe. I'm probably.
Yeah.
But this one it was like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I can't even remember. It wasn't that long. So that's the whole thing, is like you would pay them. You'd go through the course quicker than doing it through school. But doing it through school is free or whatever, effectively
Yes.
free.
Yeah, it
right?
was. And mine was taught by the junior high gym teacher, who was also
Mr.
Robillard, who was also he's a real fucking cantankerous older man, and he was also the coach of one of the high school teams. I don't think he actually he was just the coach at the high school, but he was a gym teacher at my junior high in Kingston. And if I'm remembering that correctly,
that sounds right. That sounds
Yeah.
right. I mean,
but anyway, yeah, I remember being very nervous about it, like especially on drive days, right? But and I remember specifically like this one drive that we had, because it was like 3 kids would go at once, like we would all have like a drive together, right?
This teacher sat in the passenger
Teacher
seat.
sat in the passenger
and
seat.
the other kid sat in the
two
back.
kids in the back,
Yep.
and then whoever the driver
Same
is.
thing at defensive driving school.
And we would have to drive Mr. Robillard on our drive days. We would have to drive him around so he could do his fucking errands.
I was going to say he was
on a
doing like
Saturday.
chores or whatever.
Oh
like,
yeah,
like,
picking up his mail.
Yeah.
But it was very. I mean, it was good because you would end up doing and driving in a lot of different situations.
yeah, and it would be like what it would real world experience.
Yes.
While you were
Yeah.
learning.
And I remember being in downtown Paulsbo. I had like this downtown Paulsbo. It's like have you ever been downtown Paulsbo?
Maybe
Like
if I
the
have, it's been a
old
long time.
town of Paulsbo,
Sure.
right? It's like this strip. You got
Main
Sly's
Street.
Bakery. There's
Okay.
this whole Main Street down like near the waterfront and everything like
Okay.
that. It's very like there's a lot of crosswalks, like people just
Sure.
running across the street,
Yeah.
from shop to shop, and cars like parallel parked on either side of the street, so it's kind of tight. It's a little nerve-wracking because you got to go slow. You're watching for pedestrians and everything like that. Well, I come up, there's a UPS truck that's parked right in front of a fucking stop sign. So you couldn't even see the stop sign.
Oh, it's blocking it.
It's blocking it. And so
You're not savvy enough to know
I wasn't
that, like,
savvy enough to know that there was a stop sign there because
you're
wasn't,
approaching an intersection.
Yeah, but it wasn't really an intersection. Like the intersection's weird, right? Like the stop sign where I accidentally ran through it, and then he had to like slam on his brake.
Classic.
The most embarrassing fucking thing that could ever happen to a 15-year-old.
Yeah, and you've got people.
Yeah, two other students.
Yeah, the worst.
That I
man.
go to school with, right? That are in my same grade, that are in the back of this car. That just boom, And I'm just like, what happened?
And he's like,
you just missed a stop sign. I was like, what stop sign? I didn't think, and I failed that drive. I had to do that drive over again because I missed that stop sign, and I was just absolutely aghast that I had failed the class because it was like, dude, there's a fucking truck guard. But
you
he was right.
You didn't fail the class. You failed that.
I failed the drive. I had to do
so
the
you had
drive.
to do the drive again.
Yeah.
Why? It was so devastating, wasn't it?
Oh my God.
It was the most embarrassing
So
thing.
devastating.
Yeah.
So devastating.
You know what movie sticks out in my mind is License to Drive with Corey
Oh
Haim.
my God. With the Coreys. Both Coreys, right?
That movie came out probably... I'm trying to think. Was that like 88
That
or
was
89?
it had to be like 87.
And I
88.
was dreading driving school because of that movie.
I can't remember
Because he
anything
fails
in that movie.
and he doesn't. If I remember correctly, he
lies about
about
getting his license,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And
do his parents give him a car? Or do
yeah,
they steal
and I
one?
think that he's pretending that he passed because he's too
embarrassed.
and he
Yeah.
also I can't remember exactly. God, I really want to watch that movie again because I loved that movie.
We should do that movie.
We absolutely should. And I
Yeah.
think I just saw a thing on someone on YouTube where you can't get that movie on Blu-ray. You could get it in like Australia and I think Australia in like 4K and Blu-ray. But
you know what I just
it's not
remembered?
released here.
In our last episode, our mailbag, we were
That's
gonna
right, that
we
was-
were gonna address an email that we got from a listener. Do you remember the name of the listener? I can't remember.
I don't. He wants us to do Near Dark.
Near Dark. We cannot find.
Can't find it.
This is a major aside to the episode, but we cannot find Near Dark on Blu-ray.
We also tried
We
to
can't
stream
find it
too.
on streaming either.
Not even to rent or buy,
No,
right?
you can't find it. You can't
We
get
couldn't
it,
find it,
unless
yeah.
you're in Canada. And I don't have a VPN, so I can't pretend that I'm in Canada and get it.
We'll figure it out at some point.
Yeah.
License to Drive.
License to Drive.
And Near Dark.
Near Dark. Yeah.
But that movie gave me such anxiety watching it at like 11 or 12 that by the time I did start going to driver school, I was like pretty terrified, dude. Like
I remember being pretty fucking nervous, but I also remember like my dad. Like it seems like back in the 80s and 90s, there were a lot more opportunities where you were driving something as a child.
True.
Like whether it was
have
a
a
go-kart
field.
or a boat or just like
Or you guys had a field where I don't know, or you had a family member who had like, hey, we're going to help them like cut some grass in their
Right.
field. And then you're there in your dad's
driving
truck, and your
you're-
dad's like, "Here, drive this over here." And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
He's like, "I'll show you how to do it," or
Yeah.
whatever. And it's like, yeah, you get
well, and
more
especially growing
opportunities.
up in a small town too.
Yep.
Like I remember being very, very young, and my dad let me sit on his lap and drive
Yeah.
our old Mazda pickup truck around. just around town or something, or up the driveway, which was a really long dirt driveway and whatever. And so I felt like I had to provide that to my children to a certain extent.
Oh, so you passed it along.
Because they have had way less opportunities to drive go-karts, to drive a boat, to drive a riding lawnmower, to just drive anything. Yeah. Right?
You're right. I forgot about
or even
the riding lawnmower.
Or a golf cart or anything like that, right? Like so little, they have had so little experience from what I was used to growing up. And so when my eldest daughter, who is now 15, learning to drive, she's got her permit.
Is there some weird rules about permits now too in Washington State? Is there something different about that?
Weird how? What do you mean?
Well, you can't, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's actual driver's license. When you get your driver's license, you can't drive.
There's a period of time where you cannot drive other
non-licensed
like kids around with you.
There's like a year
unless there's a parent in the car or something like that, or an adult, whatever. It might be a year. Yeah. Yeah. But I don't think the rules have changed much with the actual learner's permit, because I do believe that those rules have been the same for a long time.
Huh.
Like you're not supposed to have any underage people
which makes
in
sense.
the car,
I mean,
makes total sense.
Yeah.
But so I started taking her out at the age of 13.
That's what I thought.
And taking her over to my hometown and letting her drive the car, early in the morning. We'd go out early in the morning sometimes. And it wasn't all the time, but it was, sometimes we'd take the older car over there and we'd make a whole weekend of it. Like, hey, we're going to go practice doing some driving just to get you used to it, before you actually get your permit. And we did that for 2 years before she got her learner's permit. Just every once in a while, go into a parking lot and
so she has her learner's permit now.
Yeah, and she's doing fucking great, dude.
So when will she actually be able to get her driver's license?
When she's 16.
Yeah, when is that? Oh, I mean, I don't want to give her birthday.
In a year.
There's
she just turned 15.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
So yeah, we've got a full year.
Got it.
Yeah. But she's doing great, man. And it's I think doing that really helped her out too.
Right.
Because she is a lot more comfortable already, and my wife obviously refused to do any of it because it was very illegal, especially being in a city.
Yeah.
Like taking her up to, the community college and fucking driving around the parking lot and shit. But yeah, dude, there were a couple hairy moments, but I think I've kept my cool pretty well. And now when she's driving back and forth from the store, or it's like, hey, why don't you drive me down? We got to go get some gas for the car or whatever.
Right.
She's a lot more comfortable with driving in the city, which is pretty cool. We haven't gone highway driving yet. I remember, dude, you remember first time you got on a highway?
Yeah, it was a freeway, I-5.
Really?
Yeah.
That was your first highway
Yeah, I mean,
experience.
that was because we had a Highway 9 that went through Lake Stevens. It was a 2-lane highway. That's, you can go 55 on it or whatever. You had Highway 9, and then we had 99, which, Aurora.
Yeah.
Which, when you get into Everett, it becomes 4 or 5 lanes for, what is it, 6 lanes? So 3.
Yeah, but it's there's stoplights so often too, right?
But to get from Lake Stevens to Everett, you have to get on the trestle.
Right. Yes.
Which is notorious in that area for accidents or
just
traffic
crazy,
jams.
crazy drivers too.
Crazy drivers. So
Cutting
yeah.
people
So
off and shit.
my first experience was that kind of highway
Dude,
driving.
I see. We had the only real highway we had out where I grew up on the Kitsap Peninsula was the highway that goes out. I don't even know what the highway is, dude. The one that goes out to Silverdale.
Yeah, the main.
Yeah. And you can go all the way to Bremerton, Tacoma that way and stuff. But I just remember just being sweating fucking bullets, learning how to merge onto fast traffic,
Oh, my
dude.
God.
Good God.
Why was that so scary? And now you just know, like, you speed up.
Yeah, you just got to speed
You don't
up, man.
like, but it was so scary when
Yeah.
you first do it. You're like, I remember like being with the instructor and she goes, you need to speed up. Like
You need to
speed
go
up.
faster.
Get up. You
are going 20.
Yeah, you need to match the speed. And I never understood this as a kid.
Yeah.
You need to match the speed of the freeway while merging on. It'll be easier to merge on. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I won't be able to see, like looking in the rear view or whatever, right?
I'm not the Flash, ma'am.
Now it's like it totally makes sense. Like,
Well, yeah,
not
but
even-
still, like I am worried for my daughter, like
Yeah.
because she's gonna have to learn on here in the city,
Yeah.
how to drive on the fucking highway,
Yeah.
and that highway is no joke. Like
Do you?
bad drivers everywhere.
Oh,
like
horrendous.
you know,
Horrendous.
and just people cutting other people off. Like nobody gives you an inch when you're trying to merge in and stuff. It's
No.
fucking dude. It's just like Mad Max out there,
Yep.
man. I can't even imagine.
White line nightmare.
Yeah, for sure.
The defensive driving schools, most people don't realize that, didn't take it. It has that name for a reason because you are learning the method of defensive driving.
Yeah.
So when you took the final exam, your
Yeah.
driver's test, you have to point out, I don't know if it's the same anymore, you have to point out, I've talked about it on the show before as well, snipers and chargers.
Oh, on the on the road
Yeah.
near you.
So charger is anything approaching you from behind
Okay.
at a high rate of speed.
Yes.
And snipers is anything that can jump in front of you. A dog, a person, another car.
Yeah.
So when you take your test driving with your instructor, you have to go sniper on my right, sniper on my left,
That's what
charger
they're doing.
on my right, charger on my left.
I don't remember having to do that. Like,
And they would-
starting to call out like different things.
They would mark it down. If you missed
Oh, yeah.
so many
Yeah.
chargers and you missed so many snipers, you would fail.
Oh,
Even if you drove perfectly fine,
Yeah.
you did everything, put your blinker on, changed lanes, you did everything fine, but you missed 6 snipers and 7
Yeah,
chargers,
you'd fail.
you fail.
You fail.
You take it again.
Yeah. Go straight to jail. But they are doing that with my daughter too, and they told.
They call them snipers and chargers?
I don't think they don't have the same terminology, but they have told the parents to, like, okay, now when you take your kid for a drive, like, we want them like calling out what they see. Like, if you're coming up to a crosswalk, what are you coming up to? Crosswalk. I see a crosswalk. There's nobody on either side. Just to make sure that they're actually
No
looking around.
snipers. No
Because like
snipers.
one thing that I've noticed too is, like, my daughter will only look one way when she's pulling out into something. It's like, hey, did you look to your right? You didn't look to your right. You got to constantly scan
Yeah,
back and forth,
yeah.
dude. Like, you're pulling out on a fucking main road. Yeah, that's the hairy thing.
I know it well. I talk like there are 3 incidents that are burned into my brain right after getting my driver's license that I did that embarrassed the shit out of me with people either in the car or whatever. And it was like I was so embarrassed. Now I think about it and I'm like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But back then, all of this shit was like constantly on your mind. You didn't want to look stupid in front of anybody. You didn't want to. So I did that deal. Same deal. The first day I had my driver's license, I've told this story. I know Blaine Beecham came over. I got my license before he got his, and he's like, "Let's go for a ride." So coming out of my driveway onto a 2-lane road, like the road that goes around Lake Stevens, South Davies Road is one side. That's where we lived on. I come to the end of the driveway. I look one way, nothing's coming. I look the other way. To my left, a car is coming, and so I'm waiting for this car to go by me.
Yeah.
But I didn't check right again, because when I checked right the first time, there was no cars coming.
Yeah.
Looked left. Oh, this car's coming. I'm going to wait for this car to come. I'm watching it. And then I go pull out right in front of a car that now, because I didn't check back to my right, had either pulled out of a driveway or whatever, and so I pull up right in front of it. They honk their horn, like yelling at me. That's my first drive by myself in a car with my friend.
God. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? He still remembers it.
Probably. But I'll tell you something. Tell you how sick I was. From that point on,
Yeah.
I made sure I checked both ways, like repeatedly. Like I learned my lesson right there.
Oh yeah.
That day.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. I was a pretty safe driver, man. Like I had never been in an accident in my own car.
It was a while before I ever was in an accident.
I'm trying to think if I've ever been in an accident. I know I have been in a bit of a fender bender, but it was the other person's fault. And that was here in Seattle. That was not when I was learning to drive. But, yeah, I don't think I ever got into an accident.
I barely touched did a stop and go rear end.
Yeah.
Like in traffic, like inching.
Uh-huh.
And I tapped the back bumper. It was on Highway 9.
Yeah.
I was coming from work, probably at Nintendo at the time. So Redmond to Lake Stevens, what a fucking drive that was.
Oh, God.
Going north on my way home.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I had ever seen a bikini barista stand.
Oh, so you were snapping necks.
So we were backed up at a light, inching on Highway 9, and I look over and I go, "What is that?" And it was, I knew what a barista stand looked like before, but I was confused because it was like, is that like, what is this? They're wearing bikinis? What is this?
Yeah.
Now keep in mind, this was like not a thing up here back then. It was like the first kind of instance of that. And I look over and I look forward and I'm inching forward. I look over again. And then right as I turned back, this car stopped before I thought it would. And I just like tapped it.
Yeah.
And it was in my Camaro, which is a plastic fucking bumper, like just full on plastic.
Yeah.
And it crumpled it up a little bit, accordioned it a little bit, but then came back out. Yeah. And the guy in front of me was driving like a 70s Ford truck.
Did nothing to
that.
Yeah.
And it was two like work truck dudes, and we pull over to the side. They actually pulled over. I pulled over, and I was like, "Hey, sorry." And I shouldn't have said that because you're not supposed to admit fault.
Yeah.
And they're just two work trucks. I didn't do anything to my truck.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
We're good. I was like, "You don't want to exchange?" He's like, No, I'd prefer not to. And then his the buddy that was with him, his coworker, was like, "Well, my neck does kind of hurt."
Oh, shit.
I was like, and then he was like, "Oh, but I think I'm fine." And they drove off, and nothing. I never heard nothing of it.
Yeah.
But that was the only time I did anything like that. But I've been hit several times.
Yeah, I never got in an accident as a kid. I got one like really bad speeding ticket when I was in college. I had this like 90, I think it was like a 91 or 92 Subaru Legacy wagon.
Oh,
dude, that car, I still dream about that car. That car was amazing.
yeah.
But man, you get that thing over 70 miles per hour and it would shake. It would just
Get that
shake.
shimmy going.
Oh yeah, real bad. But I was coming over the pass near North Bend, coming home, racing my fucking ass off because I just wanted to be done with this drive. And I was going like 95 in this thing, and I see a fucking highway patrol, like right up in front of me. But there's this semi that's like kind of in between us, right? And so I was like, oh fuck, because I was going really fast and like, zipping through and fucking, getting in front of people and I see him and I can see he taps on his brakes a little bit and I was like, oh shit. Fuck. And so I get around and I get on the side of this semi truck and I slow way down to the speed limit. And then who comes like behind this semi, but that fucking patrol car got me right there. And I had to go into court in Ellensburg. And in front of
Home
the
of
judge, and
screaming
I tried to get
Home of the screaming trees.
That's right, and tried to get tried to get this thing at least lessened because it was like, dude, the ticket was like $110. At the time, I had no way to pay this. No way to pay this ticket.
Yeah.
And I got up in front of the judge and, told him some sob story about really needing to go to the bathroom. And the judge just looked at me and goes, son, that's just too damn fast.
Damn.
Didn't fucking take anything off. Like, that was the first ticket that I think I'd ever had. Like, and, yeah.
I think in my life I've had 3 tickets, 2 speeding and 1 passing, dangerous passing or something like that.
Reckless driving or something like that.
Well, it was so again the same road around Lake Stevens. This was right after I got my driver's license, so it was within a year of me getting my driver's license.
Yeah.
It was a 2-lane road that was really windy that was around the lake. And if you came, there was no sidewalk on the lake side. So if you came up to somebody like riding a bike or something, you had to wait to be able to go around them.
Right.
Like you'd have to cross into the other lane to go around.
Yeah.
And I remember I came up on this bicyclist and I was like, shit. And so I waited until I could see clearly. Like there's so many turns where you can't see around a corner.
Right.
And so then I go around the bicyclist and then I get down the ways a little bit and all of a sudden there's a cop on me. And Lake Stevens cops, sorry if you are one, if you are listening to this, back then especially, small town dicks.
Yeah.
Just bored out of their fucking mind, have nothing better else to do than...
Right.
So
meth wasn't a thing yet.
Meth wasn't a thing yet. He pulls me over, he goes, what the hell do you think you were doing back there? And I'm like, I don't know what you're referring to.
Yeah.
He's like, you went around that bicyclist there. You didn't even wait to get in, or you didn't wait till where you could go around him in a safe spot. And I said, well, I made sure that, I wasn't on the turn. I thought he was like, wait here. Comes back, gives me a ticket.
Wow.
Didn't like, hey, be careful. You got to watch it on this road. So that was my first one. That was deferred. I got one on the freeway going north through Linwood.
Yeah.
On I-5. I was it was a group of cars. We were all going the same speed. He chose me, pulled me over.
Yeah.
He's like, I said, look, man, I was just keeping up with the flow of traffic. He's like, well, you're still speeding. Ticket. That one was deferred. And then the last one was on Aurora, going across the Aurora Bridge, heading north.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hill. And there used to be a bike cop, a motorcycle cop, who would always sit at the end. I knew this after this.
Yeah.
If it was during the day, like 11, noon, 1, towards the end of the month, this motherfucker with a mustache and glasses, not glasses like you,
just like me,
but pretty much like you, pudgier. He would sit at the end, right there where the bridge ends. And there's that old concrete guardrail sort of thing.
Yeah.
He'd sit right behind it with his fucking radar gun, and he'd nail people coming down, because that's more of an incline than you realize.
Oh yeah,
and people are doing like 60 on that road, and it's like 45. And I used to work early mornings. I'd get off at like noon. I knew from that point on, you can never fucking speed at like noon, going across the Aurora Bridge, heading that way, because that motherfucker,
asshole,
Frank,
is
Terry, whoever you piece of shit motherfucker was, who was doing his quota for that month. It was always the end of the month.
Yeah.
And I would come by there, and I knew it at this point.
Yeah.
And I would slow all the way down, and I'd get to the end of the bridge, and there he was, and I'd flip him off under, like, I was
going to say, dude, that guy would find some reason.
Just for my own satisfaction, I'm flipping him off, and he doesn't know it.
Right.
And that one got deferred too, because it'd been so long. Between all these tickets, every time I go into court, I mean, I didn't have any sort of nothing on my record, so
right.
you would always get deferred. Which
dude,
would be,
I just remembered, I just got pulled over just a couple weeks ago, up in Shoreline.
How'd that go?
I was driving our older car, okay, and I just up in Shoreline near Costco, right? and or I wasn't even up near Costco yet. I was where was I? Up near Aurora Rents.
Sure.
I was going to Aurora Rents. I needed something to work on my yard, and so it was kind of, you know, somewhere around like 9 a.m. or something like that, you know.
Uh-huh.
And Shoreline cop pulls me over. I'm like, what did I do? Like I was following the law. I was going a little under the speed limit, and they pull me over, and officer comes to my door, is like, hey, you know why I pulled you over today? And I was like, actually, I don't. Like, I do I have a light out or something like that? And they were like, no, your tabs are expired. I was like, no, they can't be. We paid our tab fee. We got our tabs. Officer goes, okay. You know I can look that up, right? And I was like, yeah, I assume you can. Like I paid,
right?
We paid our tabs.
I actually believe that I paid the tabs.
I paid the tabs, and the officer just like kind of shakes her head and is like, okay, give me your, you know, license, registration, license and insurance. Didn't give the registration. And I start pulling all my stuff out, and I was like, the insurance card, they don't give us new cards anymore.
Yeah.
This one is still valid, even though it says it's, I swear to God, this one's still valid. And so they go back to their car for a little bit, and I'm pulling out, like I pull out.
You're digging through all the stuff.
Yeah, and I find my registration. I go, oh, fuck, dude. It was a full year and a half.
Are you serious?
A full year and a half expired. And I go, oh, shit. I was thinking of the other car that we paid.
Right.
And I was like, fuck. And I remember it was like a scene in a movie where it flashes to the stack of paper that is sitting in our kitchen.
Oh my God.
Off in the corner where everybody's stack of paper is somewhere, right? On this little side table. And that fucking thing is probably still sitting there waiting for us to fucking pay it, right? And I'm like, God damn it. And then I was like, Jesus Christ, like, this is going to cost a lot. Like, officer comes back. Was like, do you know how much this ticket runs you? And I was like, I have no idea. I am so sorry. I just pulled my last registration out.
Oh my God, man.
You are fully correct. I thought we had paid this. I thought my wife did it. It's the other car. I am so sorry. I will go and get it right now. And the officer goes, this is a $225 ticket here in the city of Shoreline. I see that you live in Seattle. Seattle cannot pull you over for just your tabs being expired. It has to be coupled with something else.
No shit.
And I was like, that's really interesting and makes sense because we don't drive this car very often.
Yeah.
And like, I was like, yeah, okay. I've got no argument here. And the officer goes, you've got such a clean driving record that I'm going to let you off, but I want you to go and you got to go get your tabs. And I was like, I am going to take the next U-turn, and I'm going down to Wendell's right now. And I looked up Wendell's. Wendell's opened in like 10 minutes. And I was like, perfect. Like
Wendell's, yeah.
Pulled a Yui, dude, went down, got my tabs right as they fucking opened shop. And then I was like, I put my tabs on, and I drove back up to Aurora Rents, and I was like scanning for this cop. I was like, I did it. I want to show this cop that I fucking got. And I was so stoked because I saw the cop. The cop was like back on the street, but they were over in the like far lane, and I was like, oh damn it, you're over there. This would be really weird if I pulled up right next to you, cut somebody off to just pull up next to you and go, hey. So anyway, I go to Safeway last weekend, and there is an incident happening in front of Safeway where this woman is like,
and it's the cop,
pants off, laying on the sidewalk with the security guard for Safeway like standing over her. Like, and she can't get up, right? She's so out of her mind. She can't fucking get up and walk away. I go in, I do my shopping, I come back out, there's the cop that pulled me over. And I was like, I put my groceries in and stuff, and they were dealing with the woman, so I didn't walk up to them and say hello or anything like that. But I was like, I pulled such a fucking... this was like straight out of a fucking Progressive commercial.
Oh my God.
So I get my shit in my car. They let the woman go at that point, and I'm pulling out, and they're just standing there. And I was like, I just got to say something. So I pull over, and
Oh, come on, seriously?
I roll my window down. I was like, hey, you probably don't remember me, but you pulled me over 2 weeks ago for having my tabs expired. And the officer was like, yep, that sounds like me. And I was like, I just want you to know, I went straight to Wendell's. I got my tabs. Look. I was in a different car.
Cool, bro.
Yeah, they were like,
have a good one.
Well, good job. Okay. I was like, you guys are doing a great job out here. Thanks a lot.
Fucking dork.
Fucking so dumb, dude. So dumb.
My
so dumb.
my
But I was so proud of myself.
It's funny you bring that up. My tabs are expired right now.
Yeah. Well, you
And-
won't get pulled over if you're not doing anything else.
Well,
Here in Seattle, you won't get pulled over for it.
so they didn't either send me anything in the mail or didn't email me. I don't know what they do now.
Yeah.
But this is the first year in a long time that and what was funny was, what is it? Is it, Carfax.
Yeah.
Carfax sent me an email and it said, time to register your SOB. And I was like, what?
Carfax.
Yeah, like somehow, like I get these Carfax emails, like time for your service on your car. Like somehow, I don't know if it's the mechanics that I work with have a deal with them, or I don't know what. And so I saw this, and I hadn't seen an email like this in a while, but it said like, you need to register. And I was like, what sort of scam email is this? And I delete it. And then the other day, and I don't drive this car as much as the other car. And so I'm talking to Anita the other day, and she was like, it's time for me to get my tabs. She's like, did you get yours? And I go, no, it's funny that you, like, usually I get mine before you. I go, I got this email the other day, but now that I think of it, didn't get anything in the mail. So she is like, well, I'm driving it tomorrow. She texts me.
Yeah.
She had to run some errands. She works from home, so she doesn't drive. She doesn't need a car typically, but she had to go. She was like, yeah, you're expired by about a month and a half. I'm like, no shit. So then I ordered them. I have them now.
Yeah.
Like they're on their way. I don't have them physically.
Right.
But if they looked them up, it would show that I purchased them or whatever. But like,
So
my
dad said the same thing. He hadn't received anything for his tab renewal. And they've got a newer car.
Yeah. So
that's not good, man.
I have a coworker who doesn't pay for his tabs.
Never pays for tabs.
Because he doesn't believe in where a lot of the money goes. So he's basically a form of protest. But the reason he says he does it is because, just like you said, that guy said the ticket in Shoreline was like 200 and what?
25.
And he says his registration is like triple that.
Yeah.
He's like, so why not pay the ticket in the off chance that I do get pulled over?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm going to be paying way less for that than the actual registration itself.
That's true.
So he's gambled for years.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why he never gets pulled over either, is because what you just said, that
he lives in Seattle.
Yeah, he lives in Seattle.
Yeah, so they can't. That was news to me, man. I
didn't know that either.
Yeah, and I think that's the same for like having like a tail light out or something like that. They can't give you a ticket just for that.
Huh?
It has to be with something else. Now, if the way that I understand it from the Shoreline sheriff telling me, like if it's you have a headlight out and your tabs are expired,
then they can
pull you over for something like that. Like if it's a multiple reason thing, they can give you a ticket for both. Right? So yeah, I don't know. That's just a gamble I don't want to fucking mess with.
No, I'm the same. Like I try to look for any excuse not to have to deal with a cop.
And especially on my older, like the newer car that we have, the tabs are fucking astronomical.
I bet.
And especially having an EV, like it's full EV now. These cars are super heavy, so now there's like a weight fee.
Yeah,
you know,
and
an
I'm
overweight
sure,
fee.
I'm sure they're trying to find any way to get more money out of that since you're not getting gas for it. So
and
they
I
can't ding
knew
you on the gas taxes.
when we bought that car, I knew this was coming.
Yeah.
Like I knew that something like that had to happen because you're not paying into the system with the gas tax.
They're going to find a way.
And I completely agree with it. Because I'm still saving so much fucking money on energy and on gas and oil changes and everything else that comes with a combustion engine that like I'm saving money hand over fist, even though once a year I have to spend $850 on
well,
my tabs.
you don't understand that the cost of your power bill goes up, and then also
But it doesn't go up that much.
Also, the what they're burning to supply you with that power is also hurting the environment too.
Yeah, we get all of our power from hydroelectric.
It is a total fallacy. You should buy into that
yeah,
bullshit.
exactly. Yep, that is the argument that I've heard forever.
I love hearing those conversations.
Yeah.
Like, thank you.
And that was an argument forever that was coming from a real MAGA dude that I work with who now only drives, who only has electric cars now.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to know the other one I can think of is when I parked in the, and I know I've told this one on this. These are
we really kind of literally veered off.
We did
of the original topic here.
We're talking driving. Yeah. Was I pulled into the parking lot at school? Blaine Beecham parked directly behind me. Mm-hmm. Since I had just gotten my driver's license, I don't know, maybe had it in a month. Every time I left my house, I would always back out of the driveway.
Yeah.
The first thing I do is get my car started, put it in reverse, back up, and leave. That's the way it was.
Yeah.
So it was Pavlovian or whatever, Pavlovian, whatever. What would you say? How would you say it?
Pavlovian?
Isn't that it? Like
yeah, but that's not. Yeah, Pavlovian is. I think you're.
Like the dog hears a sound and they know they get a treat. So
yeah.
Like,
I guess that would.
I guess it's not Pavlovian, but it's something that like reflexive.
Yeah.
Reflexive.
Yeah.
That when I got in the car, every time I start it, I'd put it in reverse. I never drive forward. Since I've been driving, I've only been like basically putting it in reverse.
Uh-huh.
And so the first thing I did when I got it, I started it, put it in reverse, and went.
Didn't even look.
Did it? No, I was parked forward.
Yeah.
In the parking lot, like, so I pulled through, so I should put it in drive to leave.
Yeah.
But because it's just reflexive, I started the car, put it in reverse, hit the gas, bonk, right into Blaine's fucking 68 Mustang.
Oh, shit.
Didn't do anything to either car because I was like, we were like 6 inches because he was parked directly behind me. So I wasn't even able to like get any momentum or anything. And then I was like, oh shit, man, sorry. And then he's like, you fucking idiot. And I was like, I'm sorry, dude. I'm so used to just backing out whenever I get in the car. It just was reflexive. Nothing happened. Didn't do anything to my car. Didn't do anything to his car. Completely embarrassing though.
Oh,
because I only had my license for like a month.
Yeah.
That was, and the other thing, I did live up to license to drive because I did fail my written test the first time.
Oh.
So
I did too.
So I finished my defensive driving schools, like all that shit, graduated that, and then you go in and you take your written test.
So you're talking about when you're going for your actual license.
Going for my actual license. You take the written first.
I failed the written test.
And if you pass the written, then you go and take your driver's test, and then if you pass that, you're good. You get your license. So first time I went in, it was the first time I'd really taken a test on a computer.
I didn't study for it at all. I thought, oh, this is going to be the easiest thing. You know why? Because my dad's best friend, Ed Birmingham, who is a cop in Seattle, was like, asked me a couple of, like, he was over for dinner one night, and he was like, my dad was like, oh, yeah, Aaron's taking his driver's test on, whatever it is, Monday, Tuesday, or something like that. And Ed goes, oh, are you ready for it? And I was like, I think so. And he's like, he asked me a question. He's like, when should you slow down when you see the, how far away should you be when you start slowing down before you see the speed limit sign? And I was like, 200 feet. And he's like, oh, you'll be fine. And so I was like, oh, I took that as, oh, okay. Yeah, I know this shit. I know everything now. Yeah.
You failed it?
Fucking failed it so hard. So hard. I think I didn't even get fucking 50% right.
No, I was like 2 questions shy of passing. I can't remember. They told me the exact.
Yeah.
And they're like, you have to wait a week. I think it was. You
Yeah.
have to wait a week.
Yep.
So went home, grabbed that pamphlet,
Uh-huh.
and I sat in my bedroom listening to Alice in Chain Dirt, which just came out. I just got it on tape.
Uh-huh.
And so I sat and listened to that tape, reading this thing, studying.
Oh, fuck. I
Flip
read
the
that.
tape over,
Yeah.
study, flip the tape over, study.
Uh-huh.
So whenever I hear that album,
Yeah.
it reminds me of sitting in the bedroom and the next time I took it, aced it, and then
Yeah.
took the, and
Now, what car did you do your driving portion in?
what did I do? I was in, this is pretty nuts. If anybody knows cars, my dad had a Buick Grand National, which is like a
boat.
It's kind of, it is a boat, but it's a
yeah.
legendary muscle car
Oh.
because it was a V6, turbocharged V6.
Okay.
It was the fastest U.S. production car in like '88. It's like
Yeah.
a sleeper car. And it looks like a Monte Carlo SS, but it's a little shorter.
Yeah.
Like not as long, not as big a nose.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure that's what I took my test in.
I took my test in a 19, I can't remember the year of the car, but it was a Ford Crown Victoria V8 station wagon. I had to parallel park that motherfucker in between those cones, and I nailed it. Fucking nailed it with that car.
So
dude.
I didn't nail the parallel parking. My dad gave me a piece of advice because I was super nervous. And that's the thing, like in the movies and on TV shows, that always gets the kids is like the parallel parking. But I had to do it between cones, same deal.
Yeah,
Like they don't actually have you do it. At least I don't know now if they do.
Yeah, it was. I don't remember even. I think they drove around with me for just a little bit, but
Yeah.
it wasn't anything like we didn't go on the highway,
Same.
nothing like that. It was
Same.
just around a couple blocks, and then you did like the shit in between cones and stuff in the parking lot.
In the parking lot, yeah. So my parallel park,
Yeah.
my dad told me, he goes, don't sweat about that one. He's like, he's like, if you need to readjust, like, he's like, just, if you need to readjust when you pull in, if you want to inch back and inch forward and back to get in the right spot.
Yeah.
He's like, don't worry about doing it perfect in one shot.
Yeah.
Like, get in there and then readjust while you're in there. It worked.
Yeah.
Because when I pulled in, I wanted to make sure, and I did that, and the guy didn't fail me. He was like,
Yeah.
So I mean, I passed the driving test like the first time through.
Yeah.
But
me too.
the written, I fucked up, dude. I was so nervous.
Completely messed it up.
It was on a computer, and I was like, oh, this is just like License to Drive, and I don't want to be that kid. And then, totally fucking failed.
Yeah,
Had to wait a week, came back.
I don't think that would have been the first test I had ever taken on a computer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely did not do well on it. And I don't know if I actually got like only 50% right. I can't even remember. But I do remember failing it and being very embarrassed.
Oh, totally
like
embarrassed.
my parents were like, I can't believe you fucking failed that. Like,
Yeah, my parents were like, well, you better study.
yeah.
Like, did you learn your lesson there? You got to study more. I'm like, God damn it. I could tell you, I remember in the defensive driving schools, the woman that was our instructor, her name was Judith Woodfill. She had a giant mole on the side of her face with hair coming out.
Oof.
And she had this affectation.
Like the principal in Uncle Buck.
Kind of like that, but a female, yeah. And she wore one of those giant overcoats, like those padded. You remember, like I don't know if this was something that at recess in
Like
elementary.
the denim ones?
No, like the ones that are like almost like a puffy coat, but they're full. They're like they're long. They're
Go
long.
down. They go all the way down to your ankles.
Yeah, to like your mid shins or whatever.
Yes,
and you,
I
like,
do
it
remember
zip
these.
up, and it's like it's like kind of puffy and it's got a hood.
Yeah.
We all I swear in elementary school, every ground duty teacher, the ground duty women were not, or they're all women at my school, and they were never teachers. They were always they did, that was their job, or they worked in the office. I don't know where they did.
They were custodians. They were lunch ladies. And they were recess. What did they call them? What was the name for that? Because there was a
We called them ground duty.
Ground duty. That's not what we called them at my elementary
ground duty
school.
teacher, the ground duty, whatever.
Yeah.
She had a coat like that.
Yeah.
And she had this weird proper way of speaking. Mm-hmm. She was like, Mr. Dodgerel, it will be your turn coming up next. I hope that you are well prepared for our drive. Like, that's how she talks. She had this weird cadence.
Yeah.
And smoked like a goddamn chimney. So whenever, like, there was a break, I think we had a 15-minute break in class.
Yeah.
And there was a mom-pop restaurant, or not restaurant, a store down the street in Everett.
Yeah.
So, and they were used to having the students from the defensive driving schools come in during the breaks to buy like candy or whatever at the store, but they would only let 2 in at a time because they would get a rush of so many people coming out on this break that they were getting ripped off. So they're like, only 2 at a time. Hey, stop! You're not coming in. We got 2 in here already. You're like, okay, and then like one person would leave. All right, one more. And so it was like, fuck, man, I'm not going to get back in time. But then when you'd come back, Judith was outside smoking.
Of course.
So, and then when you get in the car to ride with her, she was always popping in breath mints. So she smelled like cigarettes and like peppermint.
Yeah.
And you know, you would drive and she was sitting over there and you hear like on her fucking mint,
knocking it around her teeth.
Yeah. And then you know, and then working the brake on her end or the steering wheel when you're fucking up.
Dude.
Judith Woodfill. God rest her soul, I'm assuming.
Yeah, most likely.
But
it was an amazing feeling once you got your license finally too.
Yeah, because
like that was such an amazing amount of freedom that you all of a sudden had.
Let me ask you this: do you remember when you first had to go and get your license updated? Like once it
expired.
Back when I did it for the first time, I had to go when it was expired. You had to go back in to get it.
Yes, you had to go into the DMV, get a new picture.
Yep.
And do that whole thing.
I don't think you have to do that now, right?
Not really. No, you don't even have to get a new picture.
Yeah, I don't think so. But
yeah, so a lot of that stuff you can do online too.
So when I went in to get it updated for the first time, I got in there and I was like, holy shit, do I have to take the test again? I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, dude, do I have to take the written test and I have to do the driving test again?
I'm going to have to call my parents. They're going to have to go.
No,
they're going to have to come and pick me up.
No, I just was thinking like, it's been so long now. I don't know if I could. Like, I don't remember this shit. And
I'd totally fail it.
Probably would too.
To this day.
But
I would totally fail that.
Totally didn't have to. I was like,
written portion. Yeah.
But yeah, realizing that, okay, I don't have to go through that again.
The same way I would most likely fail the citizenship test as well.
Gee, good Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
dude.
shit.
Growing up in areas like you and I did, like the amount of freedom that came with actually being able to drive somewhere, because everything was so far away from me.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't even have a fucking, like, there were no movie theaters around me. Like, I would have to go all the way. I would have to drive 45 minutes into Silverdale to go to any type of like department store,
Well, let me put it to you this way. Growing up in Lake Stevens, which is like, if there's no traffic, you can make it, and you're not doing the speed limit, you're doing a little faster. Mm-hmm. You can make it from Seattle to Lake Stevens like 30 minutes.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
If there's no traffic.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, growing up as a kid, Seattle seemed still so far away.
Oh, yeah.
There was, in my mind, there was no, first of all, public transportation in Lake Stevens.
Yeah.
I knew kids that, me and JD have talked about this on the show, where they're like, we're taking the bus into the Everett Mall, and we're like, you're taking the fucking bus?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Well, first of all, where do you pick that up?
Right.
And second of all,
how do you know where to get off?
How do you know where to get off? And with other adults who can stab you and kidnap you? What are you doing? Right?
Yeah.
So that was like, so taking the bus to Seattle, not a thing.
Well, a lot of the kids and like the older kids that we've met that have grown up here in Seattle, a lot of them never got their license until they were like 18.
That's what,
because they didn't have to.
They didn't have to.
And that's my kids now, like, they're city kids, dude. They just they take the bus all over the place.
Yeah.
They know how to, ride transit here. Like, they take the light rail up to Linwood sometimes and go to the mall, which is a super long ride.
Yeah.
They go with a group of friends. We don't allow them to just go by themselves. But it's pretty cool, man. I remember when I first moved to this city, I was scared to death about getting on a bus.
Same.
And it wasn't because I was afraid of the people. I was afraid I wouldn't know what to do to get off of the bus. Or if I was getting on the right bus.
one. Yeah, correct. Yeah. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't like you had a phone that you could just look it up or anything like that back in the day either.
It was like all you had to go off of was these like little like bus schedules that were at the bus stop.
If they were accurate for that
they were
day.
accurate, like if they had been changed over for the new schedule, or if they didn't have spray paint all over them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? Or some sort of graffiti, or somebody wiped fucking feces all over it.
Yeah,
dude.
it's
It's
funny. So, by the time I remember,
Such an irrational thing. This problem with our politics these days too. It's just such an irrational fear of cities in general.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you see some kooky shit. I mean, don't get me wrong, but
Right.
it's not. We took it the other day. Me, you, and Andrew took it from.
Yeah, it was great.
The main worst line in Seattle that you can take,
And they're
I
at a
think.
time of night
Yeah,
where people
midnight.
are afraid of taking the buses.
Yeah.
And and there were some weird. I'm not gonna.
There's some weirdos,
There
yeah.
were some weirdos there.
Yeah,
On that bus.
but I didn't fear for my life.
No. And then I got a absolutely delicious quesadilla.
You sure did, yeah.
When we got off in
But-
Andrew's neighborhood.
To my point was, I felt like I was so far away from Seattle. Now, knowing God, I really wasn't.
Yeah, you missed out on a whole shitload of stuff.
Missed out on a whole shitload of stuff. But then also proximity to Seattle. Even then, I just didn't it was intimidating.
Yes.
Even when I got my license, you couldn't go online to MapQuest even.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
you had to get out an actual map and figure it out, or you have to know.
I will say this: I still get a little intimidated driving in the downtown area of Seattle, because I will get kind of lost.
Yeah, I
down
mean,
there.
it's there's a lot of weird one ways.
There's weird one
only
ways.
Buses can be on this street between.
It's
this
not
time
an
and that
exact
time.
grid.
Yeah,
it's
weird.
it's just kind of set up kind of shitty, and especially when I used to drive a stick, dude, I would
that's
stay
brutal.
away from downtown because you get stuck on a hill.
Yeah, that's why I never.
People are fucking
I never fucked
bumper to
around with
bumper, and it's like Jesus Christ, man.
sticks. Never fucked around with sticks.
Yeah.
But you to go back to talk about the freedom that you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about, there was. I remember a moment where going holy shit, if I wanted to, I could drive across the country.
Yeah.
If I really wanted to try it and not worry about my car breaking down or any of that stuff, I could do it. I remember the moment where you realize that and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This is really crazy that I can, and now you just take that shit for granted, but
Oh yeah.
but yeah, it's really crazy to think about. The first concert, real concert that I went to by myself was Enfest. I think it was the very first Enfest. And our friend in school, Jeff, he got his license, I think, a little before any of us. And we all piled in his car, took a ferry for the first time
Yeah.
without my parents. And that was a huge deal, man. We went over to Kitsap County Fairgrounds.
Yeah, in Bremerton.
Yeah, and watched fucking Enfest.
Yeah, dude.
And it was like, holy shit, man. We can actually do this now.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Did you smoke some cigarettes too?
Didn't smoke any cigarettes. I don't think we had alcohol with us. I don't think anyone had cigarettes with them. I think we were pretty straight laced. No, I don't have any of that shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I had a 20.
Got my license. Cigarettes came next. Although I had already been a smoker for 3 years.
I had no desire to smoke. I had no desire to drink.
Yeah.
We got over there. I had $20 in my pocket, I think.
Uh-huh.
I think it was $20, and I blew 10 of it on a shirt. Got a helmet t-shirt.
Oh, good.
One
Yeah.
of 50 that I have now.
Yeah, yeah.
And had enough left over to get a slice of pizza. Mm-hmm. We spent the entire day there, completely starving by the time it was over.
I bet.
All my money was spent.
Yeah.
And didn't matter. We were fucking 15, 16. And
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good times.
Right on, man. Yeah. Freedom.
Freedom. There you go.
Freedom and getting your license.
So your daughter has that to look forward to.
That's right.
When she's probably going to get it and be like, I'm just going to take the bus.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, well, you got a
Where are you
license
go?
now.
Where are you going? Enfest.
Enfest 79.
Yeah, exactly.
No, there is no more Enfest, right?
No, I know.
That is not a thing anymore.
No,
Yeah.
no.
All right, Dan. Well,
All right. Well, we did it again. That's 2 episodes this month.
bam.
I am exhausted. I am exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're going to come out probably back to back 1 week.
Same day.
Same day. And then, like, there's going to be a dry spell for another 2 months.
Yeah,
So
right,
enjoy it,
right.
people.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
All right, Dan. Thank you,
thanks
sir.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
For those 10 seconds or less, I'm free.